Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon here, folks, and warm. And this is an old '08 Nissan Xterra. I told you, I think, in another video that we have 4 vehicles. And it's time to change oil in this thing. If you own a Nissan Xterra, I want to show you how easy it is to do the oil change yourself and save some money. Isn't that what it's about, is to save some money? That's what I try to label a lot of my videos as being, something that could save you some money. So you hang around and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it yourself. Sure, all you need is your oil and a filter and a wrench, but I've got that. Let me go underneath. You hang around and let me get underneath this and loose the plug. So I'm going down. Now, how simple is that? The next thing you do is grab your rag or your cleaning cloth, whichever you prefer to call it. Grab your filter and then go down again. You got to remove that filter. Just simply sometimes they can be a little tight, so you might want to use your cloth. And one thing for sure, this one's easy to get to. All right, we've got that done. The old one is off. I always try to tell people, right here, take your finger and run some oil around that little seal before you put that back on there, and that will secure that seal. It will help it tremendously to seat. That's what the important thing is to make sure that oil filter is seated real good. Now, let's put it back on. You don't want to tighten that thing too tight. It doesn't require to be any tighter than hand tight. Tighten it with your hand. And here's the old filter. Let me leave that sitting. I'm going to let that oil drain just a few seconds longer in order to make sure we get it all out. DIY projects, folks. You don't have to rely on the garage or the shop, if you will, to do your oil changes. Now listen, I use Pennzoil. Let me show you. I've used it for many years. Platinum synthetic. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it. I use that synthetic oil. And I am a loyal, I'm not doing a commercial for Pennzoil, and surely they're not paying to sponsor this video. I am a loyal Lucas fan. I've always, when I change my oil, I put in a quart of Lucas. I am not, listen, it's just a precautionary thing in an older vehicle like this. This thing is an 07 and it has got 140,000 miles on it. And this is just a little added security, if you will. It's a little extra protection that an older engine can appreciate. So I put that in mind every change. No exceptions. So let's go put that oil plug back in, and we are ready to pour the oil into it. All right. Now, next step, clean your fingers. All right, now, folks. First thing I do is pour the Lucas in. I've got the plug back in. First thing I do, let's do it. That stuff is super thick, and especially in the wintertime, it is super thick, and it takes a little bit longer for these things or for this stuff to go down in there. But it's all about saving money, folks, in the long run. I could just put that oil in there without any problems. And of course, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And some people say there's really no difference in adding that Lucas to your oil. But with an older engine like that, I don't think I'll take any chances. It's always best to be safe than to be sorry. Now, sometimes that stuff, like I said, is extremely thick. So I'm going to go ahead and empty it out and let it soak down. It usually takes about a couple of minutes to put that stuff in because it is so thick. I think that's pretty well it. Now, let me get the oil. I believe this thing holds about 6 quarts, so I want to make sure I don't overfill it. That way I will not have to take it back out. Now that's a whole lot different. I'm looking to make sure I don't overfill my oil. Yeah, just a tad more. That should do it. Now, let's set that down there. Take that funnel out. Put the lid on and start the engine. All right. All right, folks, we have got that oil done. Okay. Folks, I noticed here a moment ago, after I got my oil in, that my battery terminals were really corroded over. Now let me give you a little tip here for this particular thing. Some of you may think I'm crazy, but let me recommend to you something that will absolutely take care of that battery corrosion. Just plain old Coke. Just pour you a generous supply of that on your terminals, and that will help to eliminate all of that nasty corrosion that's so easily it can cause engine failure. I put a little bit too much on that, so I'm going to take it back loose and wipe it off. But that Coke will absolutely take care of that corrosion. I thought I would give you that little tip while I was changing my oil, so I hope this is something that is not totally new to you, but for a lot of people it may be, but it works. And see how simple that was? Just really so simple. And you don't have to be someone that's done it for years. You don't have to be that. I mean, you can do it if you're a newbie, if you're a beginner. You can save some money by doing it yourself. And I'm serious, folks, with so many repair bills these days that people are having to do to their vehicles, it's always best if you can do it yourself. You'll save yourself some time and save yourself some money. So listen, you might be a new listener to a new viewer to my channel. If you are, welcome to Kenny's channel. And listen, go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you will, and ring that bell and subscribe to the channel. And listen, you have a wonderful, blessed day, and we will talk to you later.